Bam. Wow, I think I finally got a nicer fish. I switched colors, guys. I made a different one video. I switched to another video. Wow. Wow, just holding on. I caught a bass with last video. It's a nice crappie. Now this is the biggest crappie I've caught. Well, I caught a 12 and a half the last video. It's about the same. All right, guys. Before I pull this bait out of this fish's mouth, I want to warn you. You've never seen this color, and it's not on the site. I make videos like this, and people go like, "I've been on the site and can't find it." And I mentioned that in the videos. Well, he nailed it. Made him bleed a little bit because he's hooked before he's hooked. Let me get him back real fast. I won't hurt him. He was hooked pretty deep, but he wasn't hooked in the gill or nothing. This color, right, is a pearl belly, and the top is yellow with a drop of brown in it. Now, this color was not my idea. Sid, who hand ties the jigs, says jigs, he fishes Grenada all the time. Okay, that's where he's at right now. He made a comment on the site last week. Y'all see a comment to him. I said, because he's been down, he ain't fished for a while because of surgery on his knee. And he said he's ready to go now, so he's going to Grenada this week. He fishes Grenada once a month for about a week or two. He camps there, he says. So if y'all see the comments where we comment back and forth about it. Anyway, he emailed me one day and he said, "You know what? Could you make me a color that has that's a creamy looking brown or something?" He said, a guy gave me a bait on Grenada. And he said, "I think some small bait maker's making it." He told me who it was. I don't remember. He said, and he gave me some of them. He said, "I've caught fish with them." Well, I made this color, guys, a long time ago. It's probably been almost a year. Probably been at least 9 months. I have fished it on Gaston 2 or 3 times. I told Sid I've caught 1 fish on it. Now I've caught 2 on it, Sid. And I couldn't get them to hit it on Gaston. They wouldn't pay attention to it. Now, everybody says Grenada's mud. Water looks like mud, but I'm making sure as I can. I've been watching some stuff, and people have been loading stuff on Facebook on my fishing site, or my fishing Facebook fishing Lake Country. When I click on it, I get a lot of fishing stuff. That's what they feed it. And they've been putting a lot of Grenada stuff, 3-pound crappie on there. Of course, I can see the water. And the water looks like this color right here, guys, to be honest with you. It might be a little darker. Visibility right now is about 10 inches right here today on Kerr Lake. I'm on Kerr Lake. So I thought, well, if this is working for Sid in that stained water, let's try it here. So after using the Sid, one thing I would think I would do is I would darken this cream a little bit. Pearl I'd leave alone. Maybe a little brighter than the pearl. I would darken this cream just a little bit. But hey, I brought it past that fish, and guys, I'm sniping. I'm running around looking for fish and throwing at them. They're scattered right now. This is pre-spawn, and they're roaming. All right, there's one right here. See, he's moving. See how he's going? He's going this way, and they're moving. You see the pollen on my live scope screen. Yeah, guys, there's green pollen along the edge. I don't know if y'all can see it. There's green pollen going all the way along the edge, all the way up through there, where the lake came down a little bit. The lake was up 3 foot. This is Kerr Lake, and it fluctuates. That's why the bank looks like it does. It fluctuates a good bit. Pollen's coming off. Breathitt pears in full bloom. This is the first day of March. Our redbud trees are in bloom right now. Riding over here, it's about a 40 minutes ride to me from Gaston up here to Kerr. And I'm going to tell you what, the trees are beautiful. I see tulip trees in bloom. Wow. And for y'all know what a tulip tree is, they get a big purple and pink bloom about the size of your hand. They're beautiful. They're in bloom. God's coloring book. Hey, guys, let's see if we can come up with another one. A tree in the water, guys. That looks like a tree. You see the limbs? That's a big tree. Might be one fish in it right there. I just wonder how it got out this far, big as it is. That'd be terrible to drag or something, wouldn't it? And how would you sink it? It'd have to maybe, you can see all the dead trees that have fallen. Maybe it floated out here and sank. Oh, man. Hey, little fish like it too. I threw at a big fish, and I thought it was a nice fish. It wasn't this one. This one ran up and grabbed it. I don't think he's very big. He acts like it. He's got the right attitude. Where you at? Yeah, he's decent. He's probably a... Oops, he came off, the guys. He's probably a... That's why I net a lot of them, guys. When you pick them up, when they come off, he's probably right at 10 inches. Probably 9 3/4. Bam! I called this color creamy when I sent it to him. I wrote him the package creamy. And I got that fish all in my hands. I'm going to rub that on the... Oh, did I show you all that? Somebody asked me what scent I use. I use crappy scent. Bam. Found another one. Well, he's not a bad one either. He's about 10 inches. Guys, I'm not catching any really big fish. This lake is known for 2-pound crappie. But I know they had a tournament here this past weekend and some nice crappie were caught. I'm just not seeing them. I've seen 1 or 2 that I think that were really nice fish on my live scope, and I threw at them. I seen one just a few minutes ago, and when I threw at him and the bait got close to him, you think he'd been turpentined. Yep. He just took off. And y'all guys that have live scope know what I'm saying. That happens sometimes. See if we catch a couple more in this color, guys, and we'll call that a video. He just took off like a streak of lightning. I've had a couple do that. And sometimes it's the weather. Sometimes they're just not in that mood. And they don't want nothing to do with anything. They don't want to eat, nothing to do with anything. But the small ones, it seems like, have the right attitude today. I get it past the small one. They either follow me, chase me. I've had a lot of them smack it and not get hooked. And sometimes that's called a refusal. If you ever trout fish, I know some of y'all guys trout fish, and you use flies. You know, we've done it through the years. Because I lived in the mountains before I moved here. And they'll do that. They'll come up and smack the water, and you go like, oh, he messed it. He didn't mess it. At the last little bit, he decided he didn't want it. Right? I don't know. This is a baby. But it's colors catching fish. Like I say, I fished it on my lake, Gaston, and done nothing with it. I caught 1 fish, but the water was probably 2-foot visibility. And after this rain coming the next 2 days, I might be able to use it on Gaston. And that's what I was saying earlier. My camera died one time, guys. So if y'all see something stupid happen a little bit, I've been really having trouble with batteries today. I'm recharging them on a power pack. I got one of those jump start boxes like you can jump your car with. I carry it with me all the time, guys. That's how I charge my batteries. I have in the water. And usually I can fish all day on 3 batteries and charge maybe 1, get by, where I may get into the charger and get 1 of them out of the charger. But today, I done been through all 3 of them. And that's been happening some to me in this colder weather, but still, it makes it tough on me. I'm telling you that, fighting batteries. I'm talking to y'all and all of a sudden it dies. Bam, caught another one. Yeah, he's a little bit bigger. Ain't not much, a little bit. I said a little bit. He's about 8.5. I don't know what the big fish are today. No, he ain't 8.5. He's probably 8 at the most. All right, that's okay. He's a fish. And you know what? They all think alike, because some of them just get bigger. They get a little wise, they get a little harder to catch, don't they? But if one of them will hit a color, if he's 8 inches long, he'll hit it when he's 10 or 11 inches long. It's just, it's a color he can see that excites him a little bit. I'm looking at some trash scattered over here, guys. And that's what I'm sitting here looking at, throwing at. See, there's one big fish right there. There's a little bit of trash here too, but ain't nothing on it. They're not really on cover and brush. They're around the edges of it here and there. Sometimes I'll see one move. I'll fish the cover when I see it. I've caught like 2 or 3 off the cover today. Most of them I'm catching are in open water, nothing around. Just plain open water, like I've showed y'all earlier. Let's see if we can find another one. Bam, that's a nice fish. Should have netted him. All right, guys. My camera's trying to die again already. Like I say, I might have to ride to Walmart and buy some batteries. That's a nice fish. They don't last forever, do they? And they're $20 a piece. Yeah. What's a crappie? That's a black nose crappie. All right, guys. I moved a long good ways. I wanted to try it back here before I go in. Just to see if I could fish something a little different. Evidently I'm still struggling for big crappie, but look at that one. from tip of his nose to the, they call it a black nose. I heard people say that it's a different breed, it's a hybrid. And there was a biologist on Chris's show, and what's it called, Real for Fishing? Anyway, and the biologist said that there was not. He said that's a trait. It's like a buck having a point coming down on his antlers, and if that buck, it's a good chance his young could have a drop tine too. Some crappie have that black nose, and their young will have it too when they from their offspring. So that's what he said it was. Bam. All right, guys, I came down a little further from where I was. There was quite a few fish there, but everything I looked around and seen was small, and it was, I mean, real small. So I moved. Bam. Actually, one thing about live scope, you can look around a little bit, and if you don't see anything you like, you move. There was fish there, I just didn't, it was all hanging at the bottom, it's all small. Bam. He's about 10 3/4. Got eggs. All right, this is on no hot color right here. Bam. All right, guys, I'm going to end it. I done caught a bunch on this color. I don't know if I'm going to show y'all all of them or not. A lot of them were small. A lot of them were 6 to 8 inches, but I caught a bunch on it. And I'm going to switch to another color. I'm going to fish about another hour, so I'm going to try to make one more video. The reason I came up here, gas has been so poor, and I've got local people calling me and asking me when I run into them, where's the fish? It was good, and then all of a sudden, bam, it quit. And like I said earlier, I think I said this in another video, the birds came in there. Now if y'all heard me say that, there's a few birds here too kicking around, but I mean, it was groups of them, 50, 60, 70 in a group. And I think that and the fish, a lot of people were fishing. I think the two together, the fish moved. And I went hunting for them to other creeks. I found a few, caught enough to make a few videos, but man, they're really scattered out. You really got to spend some time. And they're scattered here. I don't see a fish on my depth finder right now. They're scattered here. You got to kick around and find them. You know, that's how they are here too. That's why a lot of guys are, I've seen quite a few boats in this area today, and they're all pulling or trolling. That's why the fish are scattered. But it's just a matter of time here. The red buds are blooming. The bracket pears are blooming. It's supposed to be in the 50s today, and right now it's the warmest it's been all day, and it's almost 3 o'clock. You know, because it always feels cooler on the water. But it's been a beautiful day. I thank the Lord He gave me a good day to fish. And hey guys, I'll be back in the shop tomorrow. I've been in the shop all the extra time trying to keep up with the orders, guys, and trying to keep the bait stocked. Thank y'all for that. Thank you for watching Fishing Lake Country. If you haven't checked out Fishing Lake Country, got a Facebook page too. I don't load every week. I put something on Facebook every time I get a chance, guys. And today I hadn't took any pictures to put on Facebook. I get to fishing and filming and forget about Facebook, guys. Hey guys, Dennis, see y'all next time.